Hey, come on, it's gonna be okay. This is Breaking Bad spoiler talk. Alright, I am Josh.
I'm Tommy.
And we are here with our special guest for the Breaking Bad spoiler talks, my brother Joey. And we just watched episode 514, Oxydermatron something. It's right here. That's the one. And if you are watching this video, make sure you have also watched that episode because we are about to spoil the entire thing. And trust me, you do not want this episode to be spoiled for you. Click away from this video, go watch it, then come back here and you can join us in the discussion in the comments section below. Let's get right into it. At the end of the last episode, there was a major shootout. We have no idea what happened with it, and now, unfortunately, for better or worse,
Gomi has died.
We do know what has happened and Gomi is dead. We know that right off the bat.
Yeah, that's kind of the whole episode, really. I mean, Gomi's dead.
About 10 minutes later, Hank dies. Hank is shot in the face. Tommy, what do you have to say about Hank's death?
His death was really undeserved. I think they could have had a much more noble death from a more major character, because Todd's uncle has only been around for like the past 4 or 5 episodes. I would have liked to see Hank go down by the hands of Heisenberg, or Skyler even.
That would be interesting.
I think you are right as far as who killed him, but I think it was Hank that needed to die because he, this last half of the season, has established himself as his rival. Mm-hmm. You know, he's trying to take him down, but at the same time he's family, so it's, you know, his downfall when his family gets hurt, and that's who he's trying to provide for this whole time.
This was one thing I was talking about earlier, was that when Hank is shot and Heisenberg, Walt, falls to the ground and is crying, he is in the same exact crying position as Gus was when his partner was killed in the flashback in season 4. Walt is turning into Gus. He's already turned into Gus. I think that was a key symbol there. And then I also think it really shows the polarity of the characters, Walt and Hank. He kind of, even though maybe it could have been a nobler death, I think he went out like a champ.
Oh, he definitely did.
He was like, do it.
Just do it. Although he didn't let him finish his words.
Yeah, it was kind of fucked up.
But I think that's the scumbag in the friggin'
Nazis?
Yeah, the Nazis.
That's the scumbag in Nazis. They don't let you even finish your sentences.
Yeah. But no, you know, comparing him to Gus, I think, you know, with that flashback, or the 2 scenes where his partner has died, I think it's also kind of establishing Hank as like his partner, because I mean, before this season they were, you know, great friends. And
they were kind of partners. They were both staking out Heisenberg, who happened to be him. He was staking out himself.
Yeah, exactly. And in that moment he's realizing, like, who have I gotten myself mixed up with, in the same way that Gus did when his partner died.
So obviously we were all broken up about Hank's death, and honestly at that point I was like, okay, like, Walter White, you got him in this position. I've been pretty much Team Walt to this point. I don't know about you guys. Joey?
Yeah, I was up until, well, I'm Team Walt Jr., but...
Well, obviously.
Up until this last episode, yeah, I was.
Tommy?
I've been Team Schrader since season 5.
Okay, so here's my thoughts. I was Team Walt until Hank's death, and then was immediately thrust back onto Team Walt when Marie decided to go brag to Skyler about him catching Heisenberg, and I wanted Skyler just to say so badly, like, actually, your husband's dead, and my husband killed him. Idiot. I hated her in that scene so much. I wanted her to get it shoved back in her face so hard at that moment.
The wives are always really hateable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about Marie, but she's the character that has to ruin everything. It's like that's what her part is.
You know how purple's supposed to be like a soothing color? It's not working.
Yeah.
We're not even going to talk about them telling Walt Jr. Cause
No, we are going to talk about it.
Yeah, so Walt Jr. is great. He's my favorite character.
He's my favorite character. These clowns over here.
He's my actual favorite character.
I like to laugh at
He's
him.
the only innocent left. And the baby.
I really appreciated his acting skills in scene where he finds out that his great father that he looks up to is an evil drug lord. I haven't seen Walter Jr. freak out that hard since Skyler made turkey bacon for breakfast in season 1. And it was fantastic.
You gotta be shitting me, Mom.
He loves breakfast.
Okay, he's the character that looks up to Walt. Walt can do no wrong in his eyes. And Marie making Skyler tell him this is like the most heart-shattering thing that can ever happen to Walt Jr. And I almost shed one tear.
Almost should one.
But instead I shed like 100.
And then, later on, when they do realize that Walt is not in jail and is in fact planning their escape, he's packing up their bags when they get home. There's a tussle.
Well, there's a decision first.
Yes, we see one shot. There's a shot of a phone next to the block of knives. Skyler walks over to the table. You think she's gonna grab the phone, call 911. She grabs a knife and slashes Walt's hand open. Then later on, after Walt storms out, he steals the baby and leaves. And the phone's ringing and she goes over to it. We see the same exact shot again. And that time she grabs the phone.
Well, I don't think the knife would do her much good in that situation.
She could have killed Walt Jr.
Why would she just
could've
do
Let's
that?
not put it past
She
her.
could have killed Marie.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been surprised if she killed Marie.
She could have killed all the cops who were there.
I don't know if she would have gotten that far, but either way.
She could have killed any number of people.
It's
Okay.
only a matter of time before Skyler just goes on a killing spree.
Okay, that's bound to happen.
It's only a matter of time, if I'm being real serious, it's only a matter of time before she kills herself.
That
That's depressing.
That could happen, though.
that could happen.
If she would have grabbed the knife there, she would have killed herself, probably.
Let's talk about that phone call from Walt.
With Walt, yes. I know Joey has some thoughts
Yeah,
on
so this is my thoughts. When he's talking to her, you know, he's angry, he's saying all these things that really we haven't heard him talk to her this way, like about her. He's always talking about somebody else or what he's going to do to somebody else. And then when they show the scenes of him on the other end of the line, he's upset. He's not angry. So I think he's trying to make her the victim because he knows the police are listening. He's not stupid. And then that when there's a pause and she responds with, "You're right, I'm sorry," then she gets it too.
Mm.
So he's trying to put all the blame on himself. And I think that like he took the baby so that she would call the police, and then he gave it to the fire department because I think they're gonna get it back to her. I don't think that baby's like going into adoption or anything. I think that was the plan the whole time.
Definitely seems that way.
That would make sense because the one consistent thing about Walt through the whole series, as he's changing, he's always all about family.
Yeah.
And keeping the rest of his family safe,
Yeah.
no matter what.
In his own mind anyway.
Well,
Like, he does some things that obviously aren't good for his family, but he's never gotten them in any real trouble until Hank, of course.
Yeah, him calling them, placing all the blame on himself, leaving his daughter with the fire department to eventually get back to Skyler is all leading up to the red van pulling up on the side of the road and taking Walt into his new life, which is where we assume we'll find him in the flash forward we saw in the beginning of this half of the season. Alright, let's get into the last part of this video here. It's speculation time. If I were to speculate something about Meth Damon, I'd say he's probably going to end up being the big final hurdle of the series. There's something just so like secretly wrong about him that we don't know. Lydia too, because we haven't seen her. She wasn't in this episode at all.
But what I don't understand, like, why would she be a threat though? Well,
She's powerful.
but it would
Yeah.
no. She's not powerful though. She's afraid most of the time. She's afraid because she's involved with people who can hurt her. She's scared just being with these Nazis right now, and they saved her from the other people she was working for.
I think it could be both of them, Lydia and Meth Damon, because remember they had a moment when he was touching her lipstick on the side of the rim.
I don't know
thing,
if she's that.
And
insane.
then he drank from it.
Yeah, I
And
think.
bonding them together, of course.
Oh, right. That's how it works. I think Meth Damon though his rival is Jesse. He's jealous of Jesse. because
Well,
of
him
what
and
he had
Jesse
with
are
Walt.
apparently now
Working
involuntary partners,
Yeah.
which we didn't even talk
But
about.
I think there's something's gonna happen with that. Either Jesse's gonna kill him.
Well, that'll be more a conversation probably for next week, I'm sure. Alright, so let us know in the comments what you thought of this episode. Thank you for watching. Give us a like if you liked it. Subscribe for more. We'll be having our spoiler talks for Breaking Bad every week that the show airs for only 2 more weeks. It's very sad, but all great things, all bad things,
bad things.
as the poster says, must come to an end. And including this video, I'm Josh,
I'm Tommy.
I'm Joey.
and we'll see you next week.